coaster face.
Back to our roller coaster time.
We're live! Yay!
Yeah, we are live.
All right, so you guys go one by one. Who do we have here on here today as I do my normal setup?
Hi, I'm Code Blast.
Oh god, hold up, I need to mute the stream.
Oh, okay. I'm Eastern. Hello.
Next.
Hi, I was about to say hi, I'm Matthew, but I'm not.
Well
Hi,
done.
I'm Fluffy. Hola.
Oh wait, it's not working.
Oh, okay.
Wait, hold
Hi,
on.
I'm Fluffy. No, I'm Matthew.
Live hype first.
Yeah,
Hype first.
that-
Oh no.
that's-
Hi. Hey everyone.
Oh my-
Support survived. Yes,
We
they did.
just started and we have 30 people watching.
Oh,
That's
damn.
impressive.
Wow,
Them
Yeah,
peeps know
that's
these
impressive.
things.
good.
All right, we're gonna get started in just a sec.
I'm waiting.
Yeah. Wow, look at all this. Hi guys,
So-
how you doing?
This roller coaster that you see in the background is the best roller coaster ever being built.
Yeah, the track comes around and just crashes into the first row.
It seems that Brendan's flying his drone through the roller coaster. That's not okay.
I'm breaking rules there, yeah.
Hello, Skinmad123.
Alrighty. Okay. Now that I'm set up.
Someone's in line for Steve. Oh my god, have fun.
Ooh, have fun.
We don't
That's
call
the
it
shirt I'm
Steve
wearing.
anymore. Easter.
Oh.
Steel Vengeance is the best coaster.
Any
Don't at me.
coaster enthusiasts here by chance?
Yeah. A lot of us.
Everyone. Everyone.
Oh man, I forgot that I have to share it to our Facebook group.
There's going to be
Facebook
that one
group's from
GP
big.
watching.
Me?
It's just like, I'm not a coaster enthusiast.
Thanks, I just did Maverick, was awesome. That's great. I wish I was at Cedar Point right now.
I always wish I was at Cedar Point. Ugh. No shade there either. I really do.
Yeah.
Some guy named...
All right.
Well,
So we're gonna start off strong with King's Dominion. Okay, so it appears that King's Dominion has had, and again, when we talk about stuff like this, it is pure speculation. We don't always have the facts down
Brendan,
pat.
you're cutting out.
Yeah, Brendan, your microphone's.
Nice robot. We've invited onto the stream.
That's not good. Can you hear me now?
Not really.
Okay. You're gonna have to take over then if it's that bad.
Oh
All right.
god.
It's okay.
It's
who's
okay
gonna
now?
do this?
Yeah, that's good now.
Yeah, it's
Okay.
fine now. It's fine now. Yeah.
Okay, so basically I'm gonna go quick then if my mic's having problems. I don't know what it is. I think it's PowerPoint that does it. Because I never have a problem recording video. So I apologize, but it looks like King's Dominion has had 2 cell phone issues now, and now they are taking it extremely seriously. I'm hearing Six Flags is doing the same thing. They actually have spiels on the rides that tell guests and patrons that cell phones are not allowed on, and there will be consequences if you're caught with your cell phone. And I'm being told that at King's Dominion in the Twisted Timbers area, that they're taking it very seriously, that if they even see you with your phone, that they'll tell you to go purchase a locker and put your phone away, and that you're not allowed to ride. So I think we brought this up 3 weeks ago, where I said eventually you're going to start seeing parks having to enforce these rules, and you're going to see lockers at every attraction. And it looks like it's coming true. And I think that it's going to be a necessity at every park because people are getting hurt now. And that's the only way a park can jump in and really protect people when they're on a ride is by installing lockers and having a strict policy. Now, with that said, I do think lockers should be free if the park is forcing you into getting a locker. So that is something that I think parks will have to do. We'll have to have free lockers like they do at Universal with your fingerprint and 2 hours or so with the locker. But yeah, what do you guys think? We'll start with you, Coblast.
I'm not against the fact that you're not allowed your phone on the ride, but I am totally against the fact that I am super protective about my phone. So I would not abide by that rule. Definitely, I would hope that they don't see it in my pocket as I walk into the queue and it won't fall. So I know that for a fact. Also, having been hit with a phone on a ride, I understand it does hurt and it kind of sucks. I've never been seriously hurt by it, but I've seen people and have heard of things like this happening, including these incidents. But yeah, I do agree with you. If they force you to put any loose objects, including cell phones, in lockers, they should make them free, or at least possibly include them to pass holders to be free.
Mm-hmm.
So, what about you?
What about
Easton?
you?
I think it's really sad that this kind of happened again because, we had the first incident, now we have this incident. I can understand if you don't want them on the ride, but like from as far as I understand, and correct me if I'm wrong, but they don't want them in the queue line at all. So like you can't have it in the queue line or on platform, which for me is going to be an issue because I always like have my phone on me like everywhere I go, except for like free rides that like don't let you have it. But I can understand if they're giving you like free lockers and keeping guests safe. But it's like when you have to pay for lockers when it'll actually be an issue. But hopefully they can solve the issue in the best way possible.
Mm-hmm. I'm going to interrupt with just a couple of quotes before we move on. So someone saying, and Mr. Entertainment, I agree with this actually. It's a very good point. Lines are boring. People need their phones to stay amused while they wait for the ride. That's actually a very good point. Go, Sully.
This policy has been implemented before at Six Flags Great Adventure, for example, where only on Toro and Kingda Ka, there are security guards standing at the entrance, and if they see you with the phone in your pocket, or even I've heard reports of a bulge in your pocket, if they see anything, they're going to go tell you to purchase a locker. And I completely agree with Code Blast that they should at least make the lockers free. The reports from Great Adventure have been that the security guards are, when they're at the entrance, they're extremely strict. And it's really a pain because parks like Disney encourage their phones in line with apps like the Disney Play app, or even some of the other Cedar Fair chains with like Battle for King's Dominion and stuff like that. And it kind of detracts from the park atmosphere at times with strict rules like this. So I hope they can find a medium here between being too strict but enforcing safety at the same time.
Mm-hmm. And how about you, Fluffy?
I agree with what Mr. Entertainment said. Because the last thing that we want is Planet Coaster people. Because if you have like a 15-minute line, they're gonna be like, "Oh, I have to use the restroom," and they're gonna be so unhappy. And it's just like, just because it's a 15-minute line, they're gonna be like super disappointed and everything. I mean, yeah, they need to give free lockers if they're going to enforce this rule. And I don't know. I feel like at least make the lockers free if they're going to continue doing this. We're definitely going to probably start seeing these on a lot more coasters as well. So that's just really it.
I agree.
Yeah, I just want to add one thing. Like, I understand that for some rides, or for some parks, they just pride themselves on like getting you on and off the ride as quickly as possible. But if it's going to be an issue that phones start flying off, don't make people purchase a locker for just their phone if that's all they carry with them. Let them leave it on platform or something in like a small basket or a bin that locks.
Whatever happened to the like ride baskets? Like, is it all capacity reason that they're getting rid of them?
Just the fact that like at my park, they force you to cross the platform and put your stuff in the locker, or not the storage locker, but the bins on your own. So it severely hurts the ride capacity. Whereas like a park like Canada's Wonderland, and even you mentioned it, Brendan, you don't like people touching your phone. If they drop it and it breaks, it's their fault. Like if you hand your phone to someone and they go to put it in the locking bin and it breaks, like
I hate it. I hate when people at Wonderland, the workers touch my phones, and it's not pretentious, but I have like expensive camera equipment and my phone, and they'll go grab it from me, and I'm like, no. I'm like, it's for your own safety that like I put it away myself. But I'm also quick. I'm not like the typical general public that's like strolling along, taking their time to get on the ride.
Yeah, if you ever see me at a park, I just go straight to the other side of the platform, put my bottle down, go back to my row on the train. Just the fact that everyone swarms the other side of the platform is an issue. But I'm sure they'll solve this issue somehow. Either if they do that or just not allow phones in the park at all now. You never know. You never know what's going to happen.
Awesome. Carowinds. Carowinds has not only started their teasing campaign, they've gone full force and they're bulldozing Kennywood's teasing campaign. Wait, am I cutting out?
You are a Mr. Vibration voice.
I think I figured it out. It's when my phone is close to my laptop. Is it better now?
Somewhat.
Yeah.
Yeah, kind of. Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, it's okay. I finally figured out the problem. Okay, so when I'm responding to comments, that's when it glitches.
Problem solved.
Whoa.
Woo! That was fast.
So yeah, Carowinds. These pictures are Carowinds fans only. Go follow them on Facebook and Instagram. The teasing campaign is off to a heavy start. In fact, Kennywood had the best teasing campaign, but I actually think Kennywood has, for some reason, just stalled, and their teasing campaign could have like kept going, but it's just like it's non-existent anymore. And now Carowinds is like coming up front and taking over this impressive teasing campaign, and I really like it because the teasers are done in a unique way where it's only a couple words in a poster that you have to pay attention to. Yet they're also trying to throw you off, and then they're also revealing facts at a slow time. There's just so much going on, and I just love it. And this is no shade. No shade. I totally understand, and Canada's Wonderland probably has plans, like really great plans for the teasing campaign. But I'm disappointed that my own home park hasn't started their teasing campaign, and I'm confused about why we don't have one yet. But I'm expecting a big one from what I've been hearing. And hopefully that comes true because we're literally missing a teasing campaign. Someone sent me a picture of the milk jug if you haven't seen it yet. And it's literally like, you know, those missing cartons on the side. And it's like CW's teasing campaign. But yeah, anyways, what do you guys think? I think we all know what the ride is. We know what this is. Everyone knows what it is. So what do you guys think of the teasing campaign? We'll start with you, Code Blast.
Now, just this poster here makes me completely disregard what the name of the ride that I saw was. This just makes me think Copperhead Strike isn't a thing anymore. It almost makes me sound like it's gonna. It almost makes it sound like it's gonna be themed to cars or something. Like, I don't know, maybe the train design or something. It's hard to tell. What about you guys?
I mean, obviously this is one teaser out of many, and there are other teasers that kind of relate to this being like Copperhead and like theming. But just talking about their teasing campaign alone, I like how much teasing they're doing, like the amount of like posters they have, and just the amount of like just how much they've been doing with this project. Like, it looks amazing, and you know, I'm just really excited for any more teasers that come out and their announcement for the coaster. What about you, Matthew?
I'm loving the teasing campaign. I'm loving all the interactions between this teasing campaign and other Cedar Fair properties. Like, there have been little references to Mystic Timbers and Steel Vengeance, and of course this reference to White Lightning, Canada's, I believe it was a shuttle, or Carowinds shuttle loop. I think it was an aerodynamic shuttle loop. Those little mementos are really, really cool, especially for us enthusiasts. And these Granny's Epic Secret posts, I bet, are going to stir up a lot of attention, like Kennywood did, and I'm really, really looking forward to this announcement. Also, National Roller Coaster Day this year is a Thursday, and so that lines up with their announcements that they're going to be doing on Twitter. So expect this announcement to be on National Roller Coaster Day.
Mm-hmm. And Fluffy?
Well, I think we can all agree that this is shaping up to be, once again, an amazing year for coasters. However, I feel like we don't really have the answer done if this is going to be better than 2018. Regardless, the Carowinds coaster, it seems like it's going to have a pretty big theme to it. They've been throwing people off with some of these posters. Then they've been teasing heavily, and I'm wondering where Kennywood did go, because it's pretty much like, oh, after that word search, they're done. But people are still actually finding stuff on the word search, I've heard. So who knows? Maybe we'll hear from Kennywood again. But yeah, what what Sully said. It lines up perfectly with National Roller Coaster Day, and it just I'll be
Yeah.
sure to keep checking back on the Carowinds Twitter and basically just find out everything.
For sure. Awesome. Yeah, I don't really have much to say about Carowinds yet. It's ramping up very quickly. I mean, they're off like the pace they're going at is faster than Wonderland now. So we'll see what that site looks like even in a couple of weeks. Well, let's go on to Six Flags Magic Mountain. So Park Bros on Instagram, YouTube, Facebook, wherever they are, go check them out because they have really great content coming out now. Actually, I love watching their videos, especially the California updates.
Oh my god.
Brendan,
Take your phone away from your laptop.
Have you been
People
responding
in the
to
comment section are
comments?
saying I'm fine.
You sound
Yeah,
fine on
but-
my end. You sound fine
Yeah.
on my end.
Just
People in the
happened.
comments are saying I'm fine.
Okay, now
Um,
it's fine.
So construction
Nope.
is off.
We got
Uh,
Robo.
Hello?
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 Can you hear me?
Yes,
cut
now
out.
we can.
Yeah,
We can hear you.
talking.
I can hear you fine on my end.
Okay, yeah, just stop interrupting me then. I'll wait for people in comments to tell me if I'm glitching out. So Six Flags Magic Mountain is off to a really impressive start on construction, from not starting on construction like the other Cedar Fair parks yet to now out of nowhere clearing buildings, roads, cement, and all that. And construction's off to a huge start. And yeah, it looks like this is the first Six Flags park to actually start land clearing and preparations for a coaster. And we know that this is probably because they're getting a unique coaster, and probably going to be the only park getting a unique coaster in the chain. And that'll lead to further discussion on Six Flags just after this slide. So we'll go over to Blast. What do you think about Six Flags Magic Mountain and what they're getting?
I think seeing as just the experience of what Wonderland's been going through, and the Steel Vengeance project and Twisted Tempers as well, this has to be a big project. There's no doubt about it. If they're clearing this early, and they're probably going to start pouring footers by the end of the season, if it's a roller coaster, it's going to be a big project. No doubt about it.
Mm-hmm.
What about you guys?
Just talking about Magic Mountain alone, like the fact that they might be getting a mat coaster, like, and this might be going into the other slide, but I just think that the fact that they're working with MAC, which is like a high cost company for coasters, is a really good sign with Six Flags' park. It seems like they're doing land clearing, and it seems like other parks are also getting, like Six Flags parks are ready for their 2019 season. So I'm just really excited to see what Six Flags, Magic Mountain, and the rest of the Six Flags parks has up their sleeves. What about you, Matthew?
I'm really, really looking forward to this. It's about time that Magic Mountain gets a really nice coaster. Obviously, it's been since 2015 with Twisted Colossus, and the fact that construction is starting this early really, really makes me hopeful. I bet it's going to be something of pretty big caliber, a big project that'll probably go unmatched for a few years, and I'm really, really hopeful for the future of this park, and hopefully it'll be able to retain its kind of throne as the flagship park. What about you, Fluffy?
Well, what do I think? I think that that Brendan offended Eastern when he said that this is the earliest construction for a coaster, and that's going to be the only unique coaster in the chain this year. But I think we're gonna be getting a mock coaster here. From what I've heard, it's gonna be crossing over from here to around Apocalypse's area, which this isn't, but it's just like this is like the opposite side of Apocalypse. But I hear that it's gonna be like going like all the way around it, sort of thing. So basically, like going over a pathway or something. Do we think that this is going to have a chain or a launch? Because if we're going to be seeing because we could see 2 launch coasters, or I don't know. but this park definitely needs a better hyper, a Giga. But they do have a launch coaster, so I wouldn't really see how it would make much sense to actually get another launch since they have Superman and Full Throttle. So I think maybe like a Mac or maybe a Mach Big Dipper or a Mach Hyper, like a DC Rivals Hyper, like we were saying, for possibly it going to CGA for that 2019 in the video. Obviously, we don't know. We know that CGA is not getting anything like another coaster since they just got Railblazer. But it'll be interesting to see what they actually have. I mean, who knows? Who knows what's going to happen here?
Alrighty. So just speeding along here because there's a lot on Six Flags. We have to go through this somewhat quick. Which parks do you think are going to get the Raptor coaster? I personally think it's going to be Six Flags Great America, right? Park that has signs of construction, right?
Yep.
Okay. So Six Flags Great America and potentially Six Flags Great Adventure. I'm a little hesitant to fully put my money on that yet because they seem to be a little lackluster in terms of land preparation. But these coasters do go up pretty quickly, and Six Flags does seem to not really care about having these coasters open on time. What about you, Kobas? Which two parks do you think are? I'm predicting two. You can say three if you want, or four, or five, or six.
Probably the same ones. Maybe if Darien Lake's lucky, I don't think they'd get two big coasters in a row, but maybe. Otherwise, what other parks? Yeah, those three, maybe.
Eastern?
What about you?
Sure. This is a nice topic for anyone who has the home park of Great Adventure. But Great America, I definitely can see them going with a Raptor. Speaking about Great America, just for a tiny bit, people have been saying that they might be getting a water park expansion as where the land clearing is. It's right next to the water park. So for Great America, at least, I'll say they're going to get either a Raptor or a water park expansion. Great Adventure is now, you're hearing this from me, a potential park that's going to get a Raptor. They haven't been doing too much lately that could suggest a Raptor, although Wonder Woman started construction towards the end of July, so if anything will be happening concerning a Raptor, that might be around the time when they start clearing land. And maybe Darien Lake, I don't know. But if I had to guess some parks, I'd probably say Great America and potentially Great Adventure. What about you, Matthew?
I'm definitely going to bet my money on Great Adventure. I mean, they've said that this project has been a year in the making, and I feel like it possibly could be something bigger, but I'd say a Raptor. As for Darien Lake, there was a presentation at CoasterCon by Riot Entertainment, and plans were supposedly leaked for Darien Skywarp. They showed a list of projects that were either in the past or coming, and one of the projects was Darien Lake Skywarp 2019. So you never know if that's meant to throw enthusiasts off or not, but that could be something. But as for the other park, I'd say Great America's a possibility. I'd maybe lean towards the water park edition. I don't know when the last water park edition for them was. But if I had to guess one other park, I'm not really sure. I mean, this is wishful thinking, of course, but maybe like one going to LaRonde in Cobra's old spot. It probably won't happen, but that'd be nice to see a little bit of money invested into that park.
And I'm not the one who said that.
Yeah. What about you, Fluffy?
I think it's going to be a Raptor. I mean, technically, if they just say they're having the announcement a year in the making, it's probably because, it is a coaster. It's no flat ride, that's for sure. I think this is I don't think it's going to be a. I don't think it's necessarily going to be a. I think they're going to change up the layout a little bit. I don't think it's going to be one of like a Railblazer or Wonder Woman layout, but I also think that it's going to have the same elements as these two coasters. We don't really know. We don't really obviously know what they're getting. But throughout all the land clearing photos that we've seen, it's definitely a good space for not a hyper. I was about to say a hyper because I saw that in the comments. But it's a good space for a Raptor, and if it is a prototype, maybe it could be. It could possibly be that, or I don't know.
Yeah,
Awesome.
I don't think they don't need a hyper with Nitro in the park. But yeah, I'd put my money on a Raptor there.
Also,
And,
if I could, oh, sorry, good.
you can go.
Oh, I was gonna say, speaking on RMC Raptors and T-Rexes quickly. Correct me if I'm wrong, but apparently there are only 3 models of our RMC Raptors and T-Rexes. So there are the 2 RMC Raptor models, the one that turns left like Railblazer and the one that turns right like Wonder Woman, and then there's the T-Rex model, which is the custom model. So if Great Adventure gets an RMC Raptor, or any park in the chain for that matter, most likely it'll be either a Railblazer clone or a Wonder Woman clone. Most likely it'll be a Wonder Woman clone, but just wanted to add that in there.
Awesome. Okay, and then the remainder of the Six Flags parks, in my opinion, will probably get these 2 models of attractions like we see at Six Flags. They typically copy and paste a lot of attractions, unfortunately, lately, other than their RMC conversions. And do any of you have anything else to say about Six Flags' 2019 editions other than the coasters?
It'd be nice to see another. It'd be nice to see one Crazanity clone, if not more. I know they take the record away from Magic Mountain, but supposedly it's a great flat.
It's just a giant discovery. The other parks have them.
Yeah, but it's a giant discovery.
Double giants.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think for the rest of the Six Flags chain, we're gonna see maybe RMC. I feel like we're gonna see one RMC Raptor, a giant discovery, a cyborg cyberspin, because that seems like that might be the new flat ride that Six Flags is like put here and here and here, and also those are the 4 attractions that I could see coming. Yeah.
Maybe for parks that had a little bit of a bigger year this past year, they could get a clone of Great Escapes, new Pandemonium flat. This is a small little addition, but you never know.
Yeah. Yeah. If I could bring up a question, does anyone think we're gonna see any free spins in 2019?
No.
No.
Okay.
That ship is
maybe
sailed.
one, but that's it.
Yeah, because we haven't seen too many in 2018. We only saw
And
one.
I think that one could be for one of the 2 parks that Six Flags recently acquired, because technically that starts in the next season. So wouldn't they be able to basically add on for that season starting?
Yes, but traditionally, when Six Flags acquires parks, they usually use this season to put licensing in their parks, such as Looney Tunes and DC characters and whatnot. And then usually the major expansions start the year afterwards. However, the last time they acquired parks was a while ago, so that might change.
It depends. We never know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, hold on. Brendan, before we head into Kennywood, I want to actually go back. How many Tourbillons and more Skywarps do you think we'll see?
I can't begin to predict for Six Flags because they copy and paste.
Yeah.
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 And we just talked about
Well, here's the thing. I don't know if we're gonna, because we're probably going to see maybe another Skywarp. But with we finally have Discovery Kingdom said that some news about it would be coming soon. So that's hopefully good news about Harley Quinn Crazy Coaster. But with the issues that this thing has been having, I don't know how long or how much. It's probably going to experience a lot of downtime, especially since it's its first year. But Tour Billions, I think we're going to probably see another two.
Yeah, Fluffy, do you know specifics about the issues that it's been having?
I hear that it hasn't it's gone through its it hasn't finished a full complete cycle, but it's been doing non-finished cycles. If you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah. I don't know why it would take this long, but
Neither
it's
do
Six
I.
Flags. So.
Well, I actually no, I don't think it's Six Flags' problem. I think it might be a Skyline Attractions problem.
All right. Kennywood. So, as many of you know from our video, we got sent blueprints for a potential, huge emphasis on potential, and take these blueprints with a huge grain of salt. But we got sent potential blueprints for the Kennywood attraction, and it seems pretty legit for its location. It is a little awkward to try and decipher just because it looks similar to that what's that Chasing Dragons attraction? The name for it again?
Soaring with Dragons.
Soaring with Dragons, yeah. It looks similar to that. But it matches some of the teasers. That's what's interesting about this whole concept about these blueprints and all that. But what do you guys think about this? Koblas?
I think if that's what actually comes, if it's a similar ride to Soaring with Dragon or some new take on that concept, it would be a really good addition for Kennywood. It not being a high capacity park doesn't really matter too much because it's not the most high capacity ride anyway. It just seems like it would fit the field. They can use the terrain to their advantage. If they have that vertical spike or whatever to launch it backwards, that's kind of cool, which it looks like this concept has anyway. I'm not sure what they're trying to go for in the concept itself or in the blueprints itself, if this is actually the ride's blueprints. And having never been to Kennywood, I couldn't recognize any of the landmarks, so I don't know if this is actually true. But if it happens, it would actually be kind of cool. So what about you, Eastern?
I definitely think that this is going to be something similar to Soaring with Dragon. Talking about whether this was real or not, this does look kind of real because this looks pretty similar to part of Racer, which is their Mobius Loop dueling wooden coaster. And overall, Kennywood just looks like it's going to have a good year. Their teasing campaign looks great. The blueprints, they look pretty real. I'm not saying that they 100% are, but they do look like real blueprints. And yeah, so Kennywood looking good. How about you, Matthew?
If these blueprints are real, I think we have a real winner on our hands. I'm going to predict this is going to be one of the best rides coming to the U.S. next year, if not the world. Kennywood has been due for a new coaster. It's been too long since Skyrocket, and I think this is really going to fit the bill. Of course, it was sad for everybody to see Logjammer go, but I feel like this is definitely going to be a worthy replacement. What about you, Fluffy?
Same answer as I've been giving for the past couple of weeks. Kerfuffled. We still really don't know what this is. I don't even know if we're gonna even be seeing a Soaring with Dragon sort of thing. We'll really just have to wait and see. It looks like it's going to be giving it I don't know, by the with the blueprints that I'm looking at right now, it I don't know. It doesn't I don't know if we're gonna be seeing a launch. I think we're gonna be seeing a launch. or like it's gonna do like a turn out of the station and then a launch, or just, or I don't know. Kerfuffled.
All right, I'm testing out a new mic. How does it sound?
A lot better.
A lot
my
better,
God.
yeah.
Okay, so it has been a mic problem. Oh my God.
Yeah, it sounds
I don't know
good.
what it is.
It's a really expensive mic that I was using too, so I'm upset. I'm literally using a $40 mic right now versus like $100 and something mic. Awkward.
Wow.
I'll stay on this.
Brendan is shooketh.
All right. Okay. Now that we got this figured out, I'll just use this mic from now on. Have we finished Kennywood? Because I missed a lot of that as I installed this new mic.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Basically.
Awesome. Canada's Wonderland. Oh my God. Okay. So I hate this subject so much right now. And not because of what you guys think. I just this whole project has me going back and forth. Literally one day I'm like, oh, it's gonna be a big dive coaster. The next day I'm like, oh, it's gonna be a small dive coaster. Just because we have no teasing campaign. And let me put it this way: I've seen the blueprints, and you guys are all going to see the blueprints the day before the announcement. I've come down to the decision that I'm going to make a video and launch it the day before the announcement, just to show you guys everything I've seen. And yeah, so I'm going to release the blueprints the day before. So I've seen the blueprints. I've seen other blueprints that aren't for the actual track. I've seen blueprints for the literally like each footer. I've seen the construction site every day. I've seen stickers. I've seen tags. I've seen cases. And I don't know the height of this goddamn coaster. Pardon my like bad word there for a second, but I'm so frustrated. I'm like, it bothers me that I know so much about this coaster and yet I still know so little because of it. So for those of you that think I'm withholding information from you, I promise you I'm not. There's a lot about this coaster that I don't know. I just know its layout. But on that note, we now see, so there was a lot of speculation that maybe the actual support columns might be a separate color from the station support columns and blah, blah, blah. Lots of things talking online as there always is. And now we have confirmation that the support columns are going to be green. And I feel bad for Wonderland and other parks that are going to be announced now, because now we have an actual source that lives right next to the plant, and we can get pictures pretty much on the daily now of all track and supports coming out. And then it just so happened that my best friend was driving on the highway today. And literally, this drove by them. And this is like right at the border. This isn't like near Wonderland. This is like literally 3 to 4 hours away from Wonderland that this was spotted. So they just can't catch a break. We are literally seeing every bit of this coaster come in. And I am starting to feel bad. But yeah, it's a nice green. I love it. I know a lot of people are saying that they don't like it, but I actually love it. I love it a lot. I'm just like, okay, we won't go there yet. But yeah, I guess there isn't much to talk about other than the size and the color. So, I love the color. And these support columns are very similar to Valraven, yet they do look slightly larger. And anyone in the comment section, correct me, please. Insult me galore in there if you think they're not, but they look larger because they literally are about 4 to 4.5 meters in like diameter. And Valravens were like 3 to 4, if I'm correct, for the lift. These are for the lift and the drop, by the way. You can tell based off the size, and that's the parts that are arriving. And then the top ones there are for the station. But yeah, what do you think, Coblast?
I don't think it's meters. I think it's feet, first off.
First off, that mic, though.
Wait, my mic was broken?
Yeah.
It was
Majorly.
fuzzy. Don't worry about it. I think there's 2 ways to think about this in terms of the size of the support. We don't know if it's braced on the inside at all, if it's completely hollow, but typically they are hollow anyway. But it could be that they're sized up like that for different loads, different way of building it. The ground might not be as stable as in other places, or the trains and track could be a lot heavier depending on what they use to build it. Or like you said, Brendan, it could be quite a bit taller. Like at this point, I'm very confused and I just literally don't know at all. Otherwise, the color of them actually, it's grown on me. The brown with the green, it looks very tree-like. But if they reverse them, it would look a little more. But anyway, yeah, it's still a confusing project. I don't know what to... Oh, that's 2 different truckloads. I just noticed.
Yeah, that's what I was like wondering about. They've been hiding our supports in the building.
Yeah. They've been loading them on the truck inside, and that's just before the truck probably went and picked them up. And also, don't you have a closer picture of the track connector, Brendan? Just on the... There you go. Look at the size of that thing. Like, I didn't look when I was at Cedar Point or whatever. I didn't paparazzi Valraven supports, but those are huge. But anyways, what about you, Eastern?
I'm gonna talk about the color first. I don't dislike the color. I actually kind of like it. Like, I think it'll work well with the area. This coaster is nothing more than amazing. The fact that they've started so early working on this project and are working so hard on it, like whenever they're working on it, it's amazing. The fact that those connectors are like, or is that the right word I'm using? Yeah, connectors. They're just so large, and I wonder if that could signal to it being like a larger like coaster. And I'm just so kerfuffled by this project, even after how much we've like learned from looking at the construction site and all that stuff. And overall, Wonderland, kudos to you for building such an amazing, or working on such an amazing attraction. What about you, Matthew?
The color has grown on me as well, for sure. I think it's going to be an aesthetically pleasing coaster. But like Eastern said, we know a lot, but we have so much more to learn as well. There's just so much that's shrouded in mystery, and I feel like over the coming weeks we're just going to be like learning more and more, and I'm really, really excited for this announcement. I mean, think about all the hype around Valraven, and then just double it when this announcement will come out. So I'm really, really excited for this project. What about you, Fluffy?
From what I can tell, these are pretty big supports, and those drivers, they've got a long ways to go.
Yeah.
But I mean, I don't really know. I don't really have much to say about it, since I don't really know as much as you guys do. But I cannot wait to see the rest of this coaster, and I'm sure as soon as we start seeing more and more track like on its way, and we see more track that's Brendan's seen while at the park, I'm sure we're going to be able to get more and more updates, and we're going to be able to possibly see how more and more of this layout is going to actually come out.
Awesome. So we'll go into these aerial shots provided by City TV Toronto. But yeah, as you can see in the distance over there, you can see a large puddle and freshly bulldozed and prepped. And to me, that is definitely for a Splashworks expansion. And you can also see the construction site from above. Yeah, what do you think about this new development of lane clearing behind Mindbuster? Blast.
It's hard to say what it is. We actually saw them when I was last at Wonderland. They were bulldozing and putting dirt around. So it was obvious there's work that's going on. I don't know if they're going to keep this for a future or like next year expansion or something, or if they're just going to let the ground sit for it to harden so that they can then dig footers into it and build water slides or potentially even another roller coaster. It's hard to tell. Just the difference that it looks from the aerial shot between the construction site, which you see closer to the middle, and then behind Mindbuster where it's been freshly bulldozed. There's ways that they can get around, like setting the ground, but I don't know if they will. Maybe they'll want it to set naturally. Otherwise, it looks like it would be for a Splashworks expansion. If Mindbuster is going to stick around or bite the dust, I don't know. I would like it to stay. I think it's pretty fun. They would just need to retract the thing constantly anyway. But they would gain a lot of space for Splashworks if they got rid of that and use the back area there to connect possibly another bridge under or over the ride if they keep it or not for some more water slides. So, yeah, what about you, Eastern?
Based on where this is located, which is near Splashworks, and Splashworks definitely looks like it will be receiving multiple expansions. I think that land is going to be for Splashworks. Most likely, what I'm thinking is like new tube slides or maybe another slide complex, something that'll really benefit it and help spread out crowds more, since Splashworks can get very crowded in summer, due to like the weather and water park, obviously. I definitely think that will be for Splashworks. What about you, Matthew?
I don't really know a lot about Splashworks and its layout, but just looking at these photos, it's pretty clear that will be for the water park. I mean, Brendan, this seems to be a pretty small water park. Correct me if I'm wrong. It's not one of the big Cedar Fair ones.
No, it's not. It's a pretty small one for the size park.
Yeah, so it seems like it definitely could be expanded, and that would be nice. I don't know when the last Splashworks expansion was, but that seems like that's what the land clearing would be for. What about you, Fluffy?
Once again, I'm answering a question. But I think that this is going to just stay like this for a bit. I do think it'll be for future expansion later on. But yeah, this is, I mean, we could possibly see Splashworks expansion or possibly a new coaster by the looks of it. It looks like it's got a pretty big blueprint, so we'll see in the future.
Awesome. And then I think we're just finishing up with one last overshot of the construction site. Can you guys hear me?
A little bit.
If not, I don't want to ruin the stream anymore by with my choppy being hacked.
It's fine. It's fine.
Okay.
It's fine.
So here you have the station lift hill and brake area with that secret element that's going to be in this location. And then you have your dive, and then you have your coaster heading over here, and you see all these beautiful trees over here. Yeah, the coaster heads this way, and then comes back over Timberwolf this way, back into the brake run. So for a dive coaster, this takes up a massive, massive plot of land. And it's very unique. So does anyone out of you guys have any thoughts on, for the first time ever, we're looking at a dive coaster with a very large out and back layout?
Oh my god. Your mic just exploded, Brendan.
Not for me.
Not for me either.
Yeah, but talking about Wonderland, I really like how Wonderland's really gonna have a unique standout attraction. Like Behemoth is good as a hyper, but people can argue that there are better hypers. Leviathan's a good Giga, but people can also argue that there are better hyper Gigas rather. Although technically it is classified as a hyper model, so yeah. But this dive coaster, it's just looking to be so unique. Even if you want to put aside everything else, the fact that they're starting construction so early, there has to be something unique about it. If you want to put away everything else aside, this dive coaster is going to be unique. And I think it's good for Wonderland because it'll give them a coaster that no one else has. Cedar Point has Valhaven, yes. And Cedar Point people probably are here no, Valhaven will be better. But just the amount of work that they're putting into this and how unique this ride is looking to be, no dive coaster will be able to compare to this just because of how unique it is in terms of, layout, elements, theming, like all of that. So I just think that this is going to be like amazing, and I'm glad that it'll be like a unique coaster that Wonderland will have as a standout attraction for the park. What about anyone else?
Yeah, I feel like it's going to be good that they get a unique attraction, especially because Wonderland does have a few clones like Time Warp and uh, Flight Deck. But yeah, I feel like this is going to be one incredible coaster, and I really can't wait to see what they do with it. Not just with the ride itself, but the theming around it and the storyline. And I feel like it's going to tell a very, very good story.
What about you, Kobos?
I didn't really understand. Computer like glitched on me.
Ooh.
Oh yeah,
What was
you're
it?
glitching out hardcore too.
Oh yeah,
I
that
think
was
this is our
weird.
last stream via Google Hangouts.
I really do.
Me
faith in it.
Yeah.
I don't know what's
Yeah.
going on. We had trouble connecting in the first place, and
It's not a
Anyways,
mic
what was the
issue.
question?
I have a good mic.
Yeah, this is definitely Google Hangouts issue.
I agree.
So I guess we should probably plan out where our next stream is.
Not now.
no.
Fluffy.
Anyways, back to the stream.
Anyways, what was the
Back to our
question?
scheduled regular amusement. Insights.
Like I've asked 3 times now at this point.
All right, so let's go to the question period.
I've answered a bunch of
Okay.
them already. You're welcome.
Does anyone watching have any questions for us? Is my mic fine? Can people hear me? What?
I hear you.
Okay. Doesn't look like it. We probably lost a lot of viewers because of the quality.
No.
No, we're still at 75.
Yes, I'll be at the park tomorrow. Fluffy, stop it. Percentage of it being a giga. 0. A 0% chance, if I have to be honest.
I will say, talking about the Giga possibility, it's not 100% out there, but I feel like, for me, I feel like the chances of it being a Giga is going down. Not saying it's 0%, but I feel like it's going down a bit. I'm thinking 255 or somewhere around that will be the height. 255, give a little bit more, a little bit less. But if it's a Giga, then, that'll be amazing. Of course.
Kings Island. What's your opinion on Kings Island Giga? It'll definitely happen, just not this year. Sorry, 2019. It'll probably be Kings Island's next coaster is definitely gonna be 2020. If I'm to do the math of which coasters have already gotten a coaster.
Yeah.
Next. Okay, I'll look for you. Dorney Park's new coaster. I have no idea at this point. I'm assuming it's a GCI.
Dorney Park, I'd say, is probably a GCI or a Raptor or a Gerstlauer, since they recently worked with Gerstlauer for Hang Time.
We need. I'll say, I've been to Dorney before. It's a really great park, and there was nothing wrong with Stinger. Like, people had said that it was getting rough and whatnot, but it wasn't really. If you sat in certain seats, it was perfectly smooth. It really does need a GCI. They really need one. Thunderhawk, it's still pretty rough. It's a good old classic Woody, but painting it and putting new PTCs on it did pretty much nothing. And new GCI would complete the park.
All right. Do you still think there'll be water effects possible for the Carowinds mock? I do. I definitely do.
Chaotic Zombie, you're gonna love Six Flags New England.
Speaking on Dorney, From what I hear, Stinger wasn't that bad. The only issues were that it was like a maintenance nightmare and that it was down often. Those were the only issues I had with it. But from what I heard, it was a good ride. And
Yeah,
it worked
it
well
was down a
safely.
lot. It was
Yeah.
down a lot.
And a GCI would work well for,
LaRonde RMC, when is it happening? Never.
Yeah. Let's Copperhead strike for Dorney and not Carowinds.
Maybe.
You never know. I mean, the Carowinds has dropped a few little snake hints on that tweet that they sent with that Granny's Epic Surprise. Granny's Epic Surprise. I think they said something about a bite or something, so that might be a little snake hint, but you never know.
Mm-hmm.
There's the potential the teasing campaign could start tomorrow. If it doesn't start tomorrow, it's going to start really close. It's probably going to be like 2 weeks before the announcement. But tomorrow, with it being 30 days till announcement, it'll probably start tomorrow. I'm hoping I'm not cutting out, guys. I'm so frustrated right now with whatever tech problems we're having, and we're going to figure it out after this stream. So I apologize for the quality.
Type of for Magic Mountain, Big Dipper.
I'm just gonna be really broad and say Mac. Big Dipper would be really interesting because the capacity for this park, like this is like the park that has arguably the largest attendance out of any of the Six Flags parks. So I'd probably just say in general Mac. Like we know that for sure. Like I'm definitely gonna say Mac. Now, which type of coaster? Rumors have been hyper, multi-launch. Big Dipper is a rumor, but I haven't heard that rumor as much. But definitely Big 8, yeah. But
yeah, that's what I was about to say. That Big 8 thing, and the fact that track's already manufactured for it, it wouldn't be going to CGA. And no. I mean, what other park in California would it be going to?
Yeah.
I mean, Discovery Kingdom, probably not.
Where is Kanonan going? Thoughts? People
we
have been
discussed that.
Yeah.
I'll let you go, Eastern.
Recapping, it might be going to, at this point, it'll be definitely going to a Six Flags park, most likely, just because Cedar Fair and Intamin don't have the best of relationships as of the moment. And what Six Flags park it would go to, for me, I'm thinking LaRonde, just because a launch coaster would really work well for that park, as they don't have one, and they just removed Cobra, so,
And the ride fits where that thing was, so.
Yeah. But
the other coaster that's sitting but not operating right now is Saturn at Space World, which is another accelerator. So you might see that disassembled and sent to an American park as well.
Possibly. Isn't that the stealth clone?
Yes.
Okay.
I think I think it's a stealth clone. Definitely has a large top hat.
Yeah, you never know which rides are going to be moved like within their country or sent overseas. We know that Kanonan definitely was. My guess is that was sent back to Intamin to be refurbished, and then it's being sent to over here. So we don't know where it's going to end up, though. Anything else?
I think we should wrap this up because I really want to figure out this problem.
Yeah, let's get to the bottom of this.
All right, we're gonna wrap this up, guys, so we can figure out what's been going on with our streams. They've been like
stream at Tim Hortons
crackling. All right, thanks for watching, guys. We'll be in Discord